For question criteria 2.1 and 2.2, we are looking at effective communication. A good hallmark of any teacher is being able to communicate clearly, concisely with learners to ensure that learners are engaged and that they also they understand your content, what you're teaching them, and that they can take away those skills and qualities to use in their own further studies and their own career, for example. It's also important to communicate clearly between colleagues as well. So are you a clear communicator within a team of fellow teachers or trainers? We would like for you, in your own words, to explain the importance of communication within teaching, and also to define and explain the different methods of communication in teaching. This could be one way, so a lecture style of teaching, for example. It could be two-way, so an interaction between yourself, the teacher, and the learner. It could be a discussion, it could be asking each other questions, and also a three-way form of communication as well. So thinking here, perhaps a group work, okay, it could be lots of debates, for example. So I'd like for you to define the different types and methods of communication. We'd also like for you to expand on this and to include examples of different methods of communication from your own teaching practice. So give examples here of what communication methods that you use. You can, of course, include perhaps online learning platforms, okay? Perhaps Zoom or Microsoft Teams, for example, are excellent forms of communicating with your learners. You might communicate via email, okay? It could be perhaps written feedback to learners on perhaps an observation, for example. So we're thinking of what communication methods do you use here? We'd also like for you to explain in your own words how you embed and promote activities which promote learners' communication. So the key skills of reading, writing, speaking and listening, for example. So you could promote activities such as learner presentations, role plays, for example, to promote learners' confidence and speaking and listening skills. We'd also like for you to reflect on the different boundaries and barriers to effective communication. So do you encounter any barriers within your classroom environment, for example, which is preventing you from passing over effective communication points with your learners? And think about how do you overcome these within your teaching practice. In terms of this assignment question, we're looking for, once again, between 500 to 1,000 words. And do have a look in textbook pages 250 to 270 to find out a little bit more about effective communication.